3, 2, 1.
So right now I want us to go straight to today's Bible verse and today's inspiration. And our today's Bible verse is coming from the book of Isaiah chapter 60 verse number 20 to 22. Isaiah verse 60, oh chapter 60, sorry, verse number 20 to 22. It says, "Your days of grief will come to an end. I, the Lord, will be your eternal light, more lasting than the sun and the moon." Verse 21, "Your people will all do what is right and will possess the land forever. I planted them and I made them to reveal my greatness to all." Verse number 2, "Even your smallest and humblest family will become great as powerful nation." Yes, Isaiah chapter 60 verse 20 to 22. Yes, I want us to understand this particular verse because it's a very strong one and it's also joining to what you're talking about today. Yes, so Isaiah chapter 60 verse number 20 to 22. "Your days of grief will come to an end. I, the Lord, will be your eternal light, more lasting than the sun and the moon." Yes, I hope tuko pamoja. Verse number 21, "Your people will all do what is right and will possess the land forever. I planted them and I made them to reveal my greatness to all." Verse number 22, "Even your smallest and humblest family will become as great as powerful and a powerful nation. When the night time comes, I will make this happen quickly. I am the Lord." Sorry, when the right time comes, I will make this happen quickly because I'm the Lord. I hope we are together. Yes, the Bible says that when the right time comes, God will make it happen to you. Yes. So, what does this mean? It means what you want or what you are praying to have, it all depends with God's timing. Yes, so when time is right, God will grant you what you want. So, for today, I have a short story that I want to share with you. And I hope this story will get to inspire you and get to motivate you and help you understand the timings of God. Yes, so there was a king, and this king had 4 sons. And for these sons, the king told them, "So my sons, I'm going to give you a task. And the task is, each and every one of you, I'll be sending you to go to, let's say, that kingdom in Yonaka. Yes, the garden. Yes, the garden. I'll be sending you, each and every one of you, to our garden. And we'll be looking at a tree. And this tree, it's a cherry tree. Yes. So each and every one of you will be making observation of what you'll be seeing." Yes. So that is the task that the king was about to assign to his son. That the 4 of you, I'll be sending each and every one of you, yani kila mtu kivyake, kila mtu peke yake. And then you just go visit that garden, see the tree, and then you'll make your observation from what you see from this tree. And this tree is not just a tree, it's a cherry tree. Yes. So the king, during the winter season, he sent his firstborn son. And this firstborn son, he was supposed to visit this tree and come up with what he or she, what he has seen. Yes, he was supposed to go make the observation of what he has seen from the cherry tree, and then akuje ambie the king what ameona. So this son goes, visits this tree, and then his observation after visiting the tree, and remember it was during the winter season. Yes, so the son comes up with the observation that the tree is barren, the tree is old, and the tree looks hopeless. Yes, so the son comes with the observation from the tree now. He comes in with the observation that the tree is barren, the tree it's so old, and the tree actually looks so hopeless. And from his observation, he also noticed that there were no birds coming in and out of that tree. Yes, no birds. The tree is so old, the tree is so barren, and the tree looks hopeless. So he even suggested that because this tree is barren, it looks so old and it looks so hopeless, and because we don't even have the birds that are coming in this tree, we should actually cut this tree because nothing is coming, the birds are not coming. Yes, and the tree itself, it looks so hopeless. Yes, so that was the first son. Now during spring, these are the seasons now. There is the winter ambayo tumesema the first born alitumo. Now during the second season, which is the spring, the same king sends now his second born son to the garden to observe this tree and make his description of how the cherry tree was. So the second son goes in the garden and observe this tree, and when he comes back, he tells his father, who is the king, that the tree, first, it's not barren. Then this tree, it also looks beautiful because the cherries in a blossom. Yeah, the cherries are they are glowing. Get, yes. So this tree, it is not barren. And then the same tree, we have the cherry. The cherry, it's matunda tunakaa kama plums. Yes. So this fruit zina blossom as in zinaka, I don't know. Yes, but I know you get it. And then the same tree, it also looks young, and it also looks like kuna ile unaonanga something and then you have those expectations. Yeah, so this tree, it looks promising too. Yeah, so it looks young, it looks promising, as in there is a possibilities. Yeah, when you say promising, we mean possibility. So this tree, it has it is young, it looks young, it is promising, and then the fruits, the cherry fruits, zina blossom. Yes. So this was the observation from the second son. And then even the second son also observed that in this particular tree, we also had the butterflies and the birds coming in, yes, and enjoying like this in being in this particular tree. So this was the observation of the second son who was sent by the king, and the season in which he was sent, it was the spring season. I hope up to there tuko pamoja kwa history yetu. So the king now said, still I have 4 sons and bado sijamaliza na hao wengine. So the king, to his now the third son, yes, the third son now, Kamuita and told this third son, now we are in the summer season and I want to give you the same task which I've been giving your brothers. Yes, so you will go to this garden, to this same tree, yes, the cherry tree, and make your observation, and then you'll come and tell me what you saw. So this son, being an obedient son, he did what his father told him. So he went to the garden, to the same cherry tree, and made his observation. And his observation was that this tree did not blossom, but it was loaded with the cherry fruits. Yes, it was loaded with the, as in ilikuwa imejaa the fruits now. Yes, so this tree, it is not, it is not blossom, as in haivuti nini. Yes, you get, as in it doesn't look that young, but it has a lot of fruits loaded in. Yes, so that is what the son noted. And he also noted that this tree, it looked mature, and from his view, it was valuable. Yes, it had some sort of value, because when you see a tree and imejaa matunda, yes, you can just conclude that indeed this tree is going to give you some sort of benefits because it is loaded with the fruit. So this was the third son, and he was sent in the season of summer. Yes, so his observation was the tree didn't look that haikuwa ina blossom, but it was loaded with a lot of these cherry fruits. Yes, yes. So the tree also looked mature, and it also had some value. Yes, so that was what this son noted. And his last observation was that he could even see the birds coming in and living in this particular tree. Yes, so he was also seeing the birds coming in and living in this particular tree. Yes, so the king now, after listening to the observation from the third son, he now sent his last son. This last son, he sent him during autumn. Yes, the autumn season. So this king sent his lastborn son, and this lastborn son sorry was sent to the garden, and he was expected to go and do the observation just like his brothers were doing. So this fourth son, when he went to the garden, to the same tree, but on a different season, which is the autumn season, the son made his observation. So when he came back, he told his father that this tree had no fruit, not even flowers. So it didn't have fruit or flowers, but it looked beautiful because the leaves zilikuwa zimekauka, and the appearance of them was like that goldish color. Yeah, they were kind of gold, they were kind of red, but haikuwa na fruit haikuwa na flowers, but the leaves zimekauka, but now they have that color, the red color, the gold color. Yes, and in him, he actually described the tree, it looked like a paint according to him. So naona vile we have this paintings zimepentiwa kwa ukuta, zimepentiwa kwa picha. Yes, those paintings. So that's how he described the tree, that this tree didn't have fruits, it didn't have flowers, but the leaves of this tree, they kind of looked attractive because they looked more like a paint. Yes, so that was the observation which each and every son made to his father. So this son, like, they were given assignment, when they observe your tree at this particular season, and then you come with a report of what you have seen. So what we learn from there? What we learn from there is that these trees now represent us. Now us as the people, we are being represented by this tree. Yes, the tree is going to represent us, the human beings. And now this the observation now is now representing our experiences or our situations. Yes, so we are the trees, and now the observation are what tuna encounter. So that story, it is teaching us about seasons in our lives that really affect us, or they have impact. And when I say impact, it can be negative or positive impact. Yes, so we all have different seasons, just like the trees. Yes, even us as the human beings, we are like the trees, because you also have different seasons, and each of these seasons, it has a purpose. Yes, so each of these seasons that we are in as human beings, it has a purpose. Yes, so no matter which season you are in, the season, it's very important. And one thing I want you to appreciate is understanding and enjoying the season you are in. It doesn't matter if it's a good season or it's a bad season, because if it's a good season, you'll be happy. If it's a bad season, you will learn something from it. So what do these seasons mean? There is the spring, there is the autumn, there is the winter, and there is the summer. So the winter season, when we apply it in our lives as human beings, this season, it now represents that time we as human beings, you are encountering sadness, maybe you are encountering heartbreak, maybe you are encountering more like loneliness, ama you are sick. Yes, so the winter season, it's kinda reflect on the hard side that you are going through as a human being. Maybe you are lonely, maybe you are sick, maybe you are not okay. Yes, so that is what this season it represents. And when we talk now of the other season, which is the spring, this spring season, when we apply it in our daily lives, it represents like hope, maybe new beginnings, maybe new opportunities that maybe you are about to venture in. Yes, so maybe you see, now we are like ndo tumeanza a new month, so it's like we to go in that spring season, whereby we are starting a new month, a new beginning, new opportunities are coming along our ways, and so on. So the third season, which is now the summer, it represents growth, the need for protection. Yes, so for you to grow, if you are in this season and you want to grow, there are those things you must do or prepare yourself to do so that you can grow. So the summer season, it represents like the growth part of your life. Yes, and it also represents the abundance and all that. Yes, so kama you are in that season and you want to grow, you are in your summer season. Yes, and the last season, it's the autumn season, which in this season now, it's actually now the results of what you are receiving. And this result can be maybe success. At times the results might also be failures. Yes, so in all these seasons, you can either have success or you can also encounter failures. They are normal and they are part of life. Yes, so it's very important to understand, because from our story, the first son, his observation is very different sorry, from the second son, from the third son, and from the last son. Each and every one of them is having a different observation, because all of them, they are sent in different seasons. Yes, this explains why you as a human being, you are different from this person to this other person. That's why we are all different, because just like the tree and just like the seasons, took on a different seasons in our lives. Times we have those ups, times we have the down and all that. Yes, so it's very important to actually embrace each season you are in, because it's like a circle. Like you can't skip this one, you can't skip this season and go to another season. So you must learn the art of appreciating the season ambayo uko. If you are in your winter, or in your summer, ama in your spring, ama in your autumn season, it's very important to actually appreciate, because when you appreciate, you're also preparing for the next season. Yes, so what can we do? Now the question comes in, what can we do in each of these seasons? Yes, so if for example someone ako hapo, so let's say I'm in the winter season where I'm encountering a lot of hardship, I'm encountering struggles, maybe I'm sick, maybe like nimeachwa ama vitu kama hizo, like uko tu chini and unajiuliza what can I really do? So in the winter season, what you do is you learn, you rest, and now you start preparing. Yes, so you learn, you rest, and you start preparing. Yes, so in case you maybe you have encountered a hardship, now you kind of sit down, understand the hardship, you rest, don't pressure yourself, rest, and then think of what you can now do. That's where you start preparing for what you can do to avoid this situation from repeating itself in your life. So in case you are in the spring season, whereby it's the new beginnings, ama new opportunities then show up, yes, what can you do? So what you do in this season, you also rest, and also understand the art of grabbing now these opportunities. Maybe you have had an opportunity, and now in this season, what you do, it's now you start doing the actual thing. Yes, the grabbing this opportunity now. If it's maybe umesikia a good opportunity somewhere, you now take this action, you go and grab this opportunity. Yes, so that is what you do when you are in your spring season. The spring season, it's the season of new beginnings. Kama saizi, we are starting a new month, and you need to have like, what are you going to be grabbing in this month? Yes, you should have that in mind. This month I want to do this and this and this and this. So that's where the grabbing inakujia. What you want to do is now what you are going to be grabbing. Yes, so for the summer season, this season, it's that season where now you are protecting. It comes in with protection. Yes, the summer season, the protection. What are you protecting yourself from? Yes, so you need to also sit down there and understand this is the summer season, and it's the season where you are now maybe experiencing now the growth. Maybe you are experiencing the protection. Maybe you're experiencing the abundance or those needs of yours. You now start, like, you see the signs and symptoms vile tunasemanga. If you experience this sign and signs, this sign and this sign and this sign, then it's most likely you have this. Yes, so the summer season, it's also like that. So this is where you are now having those signs, the signs for maybe your growth, maybe the signs for failure, all those. So now in the last season, the autumn season is now time where you now reap what you sow. Yes, there is a verse in the Bible that says, utavuna ulichopanda. Yes, so what you have been planting or what you have been spending your time doing is now like what you are now going to kuvuna. So if umekuwa ukiplant negative things in the past seasons, you're actually going to reap negativity. But if you have been planting positivity, even in your previous seasons, you're also going to reap positivity. Yes. So this is where now the conclusion comes in. Are you going to be successful, or are you going to encounter failure? And remember, like this season, you can't escape one season because it's like a cycle. So if you're in this season, you must go to the next season, to the next season, and to the next season. But the key thing is embracing the season that you are in. Because if you don't embrace, then you're not going to learn. And if you don't learn, then you're not going to know how to prepare yourself in the next season, which is going to come in your life. So this being a new month, the month of July, kuna baridi mingi sana. Kaa chini and understand what is it that you want to grab this particular month. Yes, what is it that you want to grab this month? So when you talk of that, you talk of also the goals, the aspect of goals. Inakujia, have the goals that you want to do, or what you are. Yes, if it's the goal also, you can also break down your goals if they are the short-term goals or the long-term goals. Yes, you can always break your goals according to the preference and what you want to achieve. Yes, so I want to remind you our today's verse. It has come from the book of Isaiah chapter 60 verse 22. So the good news version. So yes, Isaiah 60 verse 22, verse 20 to 22. Yes, nimekuwa nikiwasomea, and I just hope it has inspired you. And it's not always bad thing to stress on what is important. So let me just do a quick recap of the Bible verse, and then we go to the music and listen to some of the tracks that our young artists wamekuwa wakizitoa. So Isaiah 60 verse 20 to 22. Yes, we have the King James version, but I'll be reading it in the Good News version. So, your days of grief will come to an end. I, the Lord, will be your eternal light, more lasting than the sun and the moon. I don't know if you have understood, like, God himself is telling us that he can be, he will be, if we are going through this situation whereby tuna encounter the hardship difficulties, God is telling us these times will come to an end. And just like the way we have like the sun and the moon, now God, just imagine now God like giving you all that light now in your life. Yes. So verse number 21, your people will all do what is right and will possess the land forever. I planted them and I made them to reflect my greatness to all. Verse number 22, even your smallest and harmless family will become as great as powerful and a powerful nation when the right time comes. I'll make this happen quickly because I am the Lord. Yes. So it's all about timings, and just because you are in a difficult situation doesn't mean it's permanent or it's always gonna be that way always. So you just have to encourage yourself, keep praying so that even that time when now you start encountering happiness, you'll also remember God, and don't forget to pray even even in these times where you're happy. You know, a lot of us, we have that habit of just praying when we are in need. But now after God grants us our need, we kind of forget now praying. So it's very important to always pray, even when you have those needs that you have been praying for. It's always important to keep on praying, because when you pray, you are also preparing your next season. And as I've said, this season, it's like a circle. From this season, you must enter this season to this season to this season. You can't skip, and if you try to skip each and every season, then it's very bad for you, because each season it has its own lesson, and in each season that God is putting you in, there is something that God wants you to learn from it. Maybe if you're going maybe through a hardship, maybe God is trying to mold you and strengthen you. Yes. When you take a look at the Bible, you can see like almost every person who was great, lazima Mungu angempitisha through all those seasons so that this person can become powerful and great. Yes. So you won't be the first, you won't be the last. So even if you're in that situation where you see like it's hard for you, or you're asking yourself, will I come out of this situation? Yes, you will, because God is with you, and no situation is permanent. All this situation, they change, and things gonna work out soon. I was asking you what seasons or what are your memorable moments have you encountered or you recall in your life. That was what I was asking you, because today we were talking about the seasons, and I would like to remind you the importance of valuing each and every season you are in. Yes, so it's very important to embrace each and every season you are in, because each and every season, God is taking you there to teach you something, and to make sure that you learn something, and to make sure you benefit something. So even if it's that hard situation that you see yourself in, maybe you are sick, just wake up, pray, because when you pray, it can change everything. And as we always say, we serve a God of all possibilities, and we serve a God who is a healer, and we serve a God who hears, who listens, and a God who even acts. Yes, and it will just take God just a blink of a second for him to do just what you want. So we serve a very powerful God. If you have those needs that you want God to maybe help you achieve, all you can do is just go talk to God in prayer. Just tell God what you want, and indeed, as the Bible says, God, seek and you will receive, knock and the door shall be opened for you. All that, God will indeed answer your prayer, because having completed that month ambayo tumetoka, God has been faithful, God has been good to us, and that's why today I just wanted you to think of what God has done for you in that previous month, and take time to thank God. And now, as we set the beginning of a new month, a new season, new opportunities, what is it that you want God to do for you? Ziandike chini and pray to God. Listen to this song, and I want to say thank you kwa wale wote, and big shout out to everyone who made this show a success and who made this show possible. Yes, so as you start your new month and as you kick off your weekend, God bless you and have a beautiful day.